All right, welcome to hour number 4 of the West Marches. Um, so, what do you guys want to do while this dwarf is in the hold doing his work?
So come to think of it, we never quite thought about how we could come up with this amount of money.
What? What do you mean?
For how will the two of you come up with 1,000 gold?
You're putting in on this too, Mr. Lordy Lord.
Well, I believe that this is your friend.
He's not my
I
friend.
have never adventured with Juliet myself.
Oh, I see. I see. Well,
So
if
how much do the
you want
two
to
of
take
you
part,
have?
I have some. But if
I'm
you wanna-
I'm have enough to almost get us there. However, this is definitely something that could have been brought to the attention of myself in the town of Viraskali. I had something else I could have, or some other things I might have sold to get all the way there. However, how much do you have, Bardrick?
I pull on your shirt and I whisper to you.
Okay.
I have 500 gold.
All right. We're fine.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm kind of just like swaddling the little root baby, and I'm like, I know what I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Spruce Springsteen.
Prune Springsteen? Spruce
Spruce
Springsteen. That's terrible. You hear a voice from up above shouting, "Boo! Boo!"
Deal with it.
Okay. Yes. So, after some time, after 20 or 30 minutes, you're getting impatient of waiting, but eventually you hear a few voices from up above shouting down at you, say, "Hi, travelers! We're bringing the gems out to you now. Have your payment ready." And then you look up and you see there are 3 dwarves up on the walls up above, and they're all holding crossbows and they're pointing them down at you.
We should turn and run away. We should turn and run away. We should
You
go.
hear the key in the lock, and the gate opens, and Bodrick Postlethwaite steps out once again with his mace at his side and his big red belly in his doublet. And he's carrying a very small chest in his hands. It's just a little jewelry box basically, and he has one dwarf accompanying him. This dwarf, he looks very richly dressed. He's got very fine silken clothes. He's wearing robes, and he's got bits of silver braided into his beard. Bodrick says, this is me mate Tom. He's a great gem cutter, and we've brought a few gems for you to take a look at. And he opens the chest, and he's got a star sapphire, a ruby, and 2 diamonds sitting in there. And he says, I know you said you wanted diamonds, so we brought 2 of them just to see which of the 2 you'd prefer. But in case you were looking for something with a little more color in it, we brought the star sapphire and the ruby as well. Now you can see, and he holds it up to the light and starts talking about color, cut, clarity, all of the special information about gems. Yeah. He's just sort of droning on and on about it. What are you guys doing?
Donald, since you are probably the one most accustomed to wealth and gems, possibly, could you possibly take a look at the 2 diamonds that they have and judge their value?
Yes, of course. I strike up a conversation with Tom. Is he the one droning? Or
no, it's Bodrick who's droning. But if you want to talk to Tom, you can.
Yeah, off to the side while Bodrick is droning on. It is great to meet a dwarf with such fine tastes, such as yourself. So which one of these 2 diamonds would you say is the one that's more appropriate for our needs of about 1,000 gold.
Well, what are your needs?
We need a diamond worth roughly 1,000 gold.
Either of them could serve that need. They're both worth roughly 1,000 gold.
Fantastic. I'll take my quick inspection of them.
Yes.
Or not quick inspection. I inspect them carefully.
Be thorough, but not too thorough. We have business to tend to.
Looks good.
I want to walk over to Donald and in range of this dwarf say, should we not discuss this together as a party as well? And then I look at the dwarf and I say, is there anywhere that we could have privacy for a moment after we look at the diamonds?
Yeah, Bodrick says, oh, aye, privacy, yes. No, just down the road there. You can go into any of those buildings off the road there. They're all structurally sound, even though most of the important bits have fallen. If anything was going to fall, it would have fallen off by now, so you should be fine.
I kind of like whisper to Donald, I lean over and I'm like, do you know, how to appraise them?
Of course I do. Who do I look like to you? Come, let's go into one of these side buildings, I suppose, so we have more privacy and it's more comfortable for us to do our transaction.
We should look at the diamonds and then us as a party leave to discuss it amongst ourselves.
Oh, okay. My friends will need a little bit of time to discuss which diamond they prefer.
Also, after Donald says, what do I look like? I take his blue cloak and I wrap it forwards and I say, yeah, what does he look like?
Nice. Yeah, so you look at both diamonds. They're both very, very nice. The difference is in the kind of cut that each of them has used. So, if you were looking to put them into a ring or, a necklace or something like that, there would be a choice. But since you're looking to burn it in a spell, either of them would do. Mm-hmm. So you guys want to step away into the building and have a private conversation?
I do. And as we leave, a small figure views out from under the cloak.
Yep, sure. So the dwarves are just standing around. Bodrick shouts, "Oi, not too long, eh? The shadows around here get restless at nighttime."
Incidentally, I take a quick think on how much I think the star ruby and the other gem is worth.
Probably 500 each.
Okay.
What's the range for my telepathic ability with my buddy?
I don't know that it has an explicit range. Let me look.
I don't think it does. I think it's just if you're in the same plane, it works.
Yeah. What are y'all talking about while you're in this?
So is there any real difference between those two rocks, or should we just flip a coin?
Well, either of the rocks will work for our purpose. I think what we may have here, though, is a better opportunity.
What do you mean?
I'll let Frecky do the explaining.
Frecky, you need to be within 100 feet to communicate telepathically. But that doesn't mean that your familiar can't be outside of that range from you.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell them about the opportunity you think you have?
I raise my eyebrow at Donald. No, you first.
Oh, so we're going to buy a diamond. Great.
Yes.
That's it? That's the whole better opportunity? That is what we're here for. What do you mean?
Well then, are we all set? You seem to want us to talk about something, Frecky.
Can my imp pick things up?
Yeah. It has little imp hands.
I don't like where this is going. Donald, which one? Either one would be fine?
The right one is definitely the one that we're going to need. The one on the right.
Okay. Well, I turn to Bardrick, and so if I could get 400 gold from you.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
You let me stay in your house anyways. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I would sleep.
And ride on my horse.
I wish
Okay,
that
I have now removed 400 gold from
Okay.
my inventory.
I walk up to
Okay.
Donald and I hold up the cloak between our mouths and I whisper to him saying, I was merely going to spy on them to make sure they weren't shortchanging us. I could have my friend retrieve one of the diamonds for us, however, if you think that we could get away. But even I am not really so concerned to do that since it's not our gold, so...
Right you are, right you are. I think it would be far too risky.
All right,
So,
I will
I
get
finish-
the information.
Finish counting the gold, put it all in, whatever, few sacks. Walk up to Bodrick.
Yep.
Bodrick, my friend, has judged these diamonds, and one of them is perfect for our needs. Let me take a look at it,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
He holds out the chest.
Okay, grab it. Look at it.
While he's inspecting it,
It's about this big.
About that big. I didn't know. I didn't know like how big a 1,000 thing diamond was. No idea.
while he's inspecting it, can I telepathically ask my imp what he heard? If they had talked at all.
Your imp relays back to you that they were talking snidely about the composition of your group, and especially about you.
I'm flattered.
Okay.
Bardrick, come. I want you by my side because I'm not extremely versed, and Donald, actually everybody, not extremely versed in the ways of trade and stuff. I just don't. I want us both to be happy. How much do you want for this diamond, Bardrick?
Oh, I want 1,000 gold pieces, and if you want that information you asked for, you're gonna have to pay me an extra 50.
I will pay you the 1,000, and I believe Donald will pay you the 50.
He turns to you, Donald, and he smiles.
Right you are. It's only fair that you get your bonus. Thank you for tracking this down for us.
Oh, aye, yes.
Kind of count
So-
out 50, and then I hand it to him.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you make the exchange.
Yep,
He,
and I.
yeah,
So
he takes out one velvet bag and he slips the diamond into it and then ties it closed and he hands it to who's actually taking the diamond. Bardrick, is it you?
I will.
Okay. Cool.
A
Yeah.
loose diamond.
Yeah, he nods. He says, thank you for your business. Now, what was this about the Scriveners? You wanted to know about them, eh? Aye. Strange alien creatures, those. Don't know where they come from. Don't know what their type is. I don't like them.
Oh, are they not humans?
Oh, no, the Scriveners. They're the Scriveners. Some strange, great creature, tall as a man, but with the face of a featureless bird.
Birdmen. Ugh.
Aye, no eyes, no ears. Who even knows if there's a mouth behind that beak of theirs?
Have you ever conducted any trade with them?
No.
Has
Do
anyone
they-
ever gone to their tower?
Oh, aye, many people do. They do trade in information, books, research sources. They're a snooty, intellectual lot.
Are they
Oh, well,
violent?
Donald, you will fit right in, won't you, Donald?
That I will. These
Are they-
sound like my types of people.
Are they violent? No. They're just, they're nerds.
Do you think they will welcome us into their tower to look at their books and research?
They're a reclusive lot. Usually you have to purchase a ticket in order to get into the library. It's how they make their money, you see. It costs about 50 gold.
Each or for a party?
Oh, I think generally they let anybody in on the same ticket?
All right, that doesn't sound so bad. We could do this.
And have any of your dwarves ever been in there? Do you know what's inside?
No, we stay in our hold. It's safe in our hold. Most of the time.
Well, you have
Stephen,
a
what time
nice
is it?
hold here.
Oh,
Yes, Kellen.
It's dusk.
okay.
Do we have a place to stay overnight or?
No.
Considering that we have just done a business for a decent amount of gold, there has to be some place where we could just roll out our bedrolls and sleep for the night, assuredly.
Oh, aye, there is. It's right there. And he points back to the building you came out of.
Oh, well, that doesn't seem so bad, does it, guys?
Yeah, fantastic.
Not as
Okay, do you have any secret
Complaints.
information about these scriveners that's not commonly known?
Well, I've only heard rumors, you see. They've got their great tower, the Tower of 117 Fires. They light all the fires every evening. You can see them burning on the outsides. Now, within, they've got stacks and stacks of great books, ancient texts regarding the cosmology of the universe, or great monsters of the world, or lost and abandoned languages. But those are only the areas that they actually let foreigners into. There are also levels below the earth. And I've heard tell that down in those depths, they keep the most sacred and powerful relics of their people.
Oh. Hey, Bodrick, do you know if they have anything about raising people back from dead? Like in a good way? In a good way, maybe?
Now, I'm certain that they have books of magical theory regarding what kind of magics would be necessary to do such a thing, but bear in mind, lassie, they're not mages. They're not wizards. They don't, nor even clerics. They don't actively trade within magical resources. But it's possible that they would have the information necessary to research such a spell.
Interesting.
So from what I've heard from you, it doesn't sound like they would be willing to sell a book
Oh,
for money.
well, that's not necessarily true. If you offer them enough money that they could buy 2 books, then they'll gladly sell it to you.
Oh, very well then. Thank you.
I wish we could go there right now. How far is it from here?
Oh, it's a few hours to the northwest. Here, you just take that path to the left or your right, off this way. He points off to his left. And then it's probably about 4 hours along that road. It curves up to the north. You hear a voice from the top of the wall shouting, "Bodrick, they're moving!" Bodrick says, all right, listen, we've got to get back inside. Have a nice night. He nods and he snaps closed the little
What's moving?
box. Oh, aye, the shadows. Occasionally they start moving, and, well, we like to be inside the walls when that happens. So, good night. He turns around. His companion,
How much for
Tom.
lodging? I cry.
Oh, aye, it's 100 gold pieces to enter the Chayminster Hold. Per person.
Oh, we'll take our chances outside. Thank you.
Good luck.
Guys, I didn't like what he said about shadows moving. Maybe we shouldn't camp for the night? Maybe we should just push towards the Scriveners?
What, through the shadows? Well, now that we know that they're coming, we'll be prepared.
Yes, I would much rather be in a well-defensible location than traveling and chance meeting them on, in a trap.
Okay. I guess we should just go back to that shack.
Hmm.
When he pointed out that building, what kind of building was it?
It was like a big stone, like the foundation and a part of the bottom floor of some ancient stone building that had crumbled mostly.
Okay, and so there's no roof.
No, there's a roof.
Okay,
Like
okay,
there's parts of it are entirely contained. Yeah.
okay. How many entrances into that building?
Like there's one main entrance, but
Okay.
probably if you went exploring back through the ruins, you could probably find a couple others with broken down walls or windows or things like that. Like
Okay,
it's not exactly fortified, but
Right.
it'll get you out of the elements.
and it looks. I mean, we can if that one main entrance, like we can defend that
Sure. Mm-hmm.
if need be. Okay.
Yep.
So
It's tactically
I say
sound.
we take the horses and everybody and load up, head over to that building,
Got it.
and spend the night.
Good call,
All right.
Kellen.
So same watch order as before, I presume.
Well, given that there's
Okay.
Yeah.
imminent danger, maybe we want to stack 2 and 2.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe we should do that. Not that I'm afraid of shadows or anything. Just, well, they happen to be the same size as me, if not bigger.
If we do 2 and 2, do we still get a full rest?
You'd have to do a constitution check to see if you did.
Do any of you
Okay.
need a full rest?
For the purpose of spells, is what I was asking.
I don't need a full rest. I mean, I'll be missing out on one level 2 spell if I don't full rest, I think, but
I'll risk it. I'll risk the Constitution check. That's fine.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're taking 2 watches, Kellen. So 3 and 4.
and I will as well.
Okay, so Bardrick's taking 1 and 2, Kellen's taking 3 and 4.
Okay, Frankie
Okay.
and I will take 1 and 2. Yes?
Yes.
Oh, will I?
Well, Frecky, you're taking
Frecky and
watch
Donald are
3.
taking.
So
Okay.
yeah, we got it set up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, Frecky and Donald taking 1 and 2. Me and Bardrick taking 3 and 4. There we go.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Frecky and Donald, each of you roll a perception test.
Come on, do good on it. Do good on the thing.
Big whammy, big whammy. Oh, look at
There's
that.
there's a
Nice.
There we
crit.
go. There we go.
Very cool. Okay, so in the warm glow of your fire inside. So everybody mark down 1 ration, by the way.
Okay.
In the warm glow of your fire inside, Donald, your eyes kind of drift closed a little bit a couple of times over the night. You jerk yourself back awake. But Frecky, with your dark vision and looking out the door, you can see outside just like masses of shadows running down the street and cavorting and playing and laughing. And they almost look like they're dancing. None of them notice you, though.
That's disturbing.
Well, she's the type that will be like, oh, they're dancing? Let me go out and dance with them.
It's
Would.
very tempting. It almost feels as though they're inviting me and beckoning me.
They are
But I
definitely
just-
beckoning to each other.
I guess I feel like I'm missing out. So I sit inside, kind of glare outside.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the first half of the night passes uneventfully. Now it's Kellen and Bardrick. You two wake up. Both of you roll perception tests. Okay. Okay, yeah, Bardrick, you see the same, but Kellen, it's too dark for your eyes to catch what's going on.
So I tell Kellen, there's shadows. And they're out there on the road, and they're dancing or something weird. I don't know. Don't go out there.
Yeah, best to ignore them until they bother us.
Hmm.
Would be my stance on that.
And I put my hand on my little rapier, and I hold my little root baby in my other arm.
Yeah. It's sucking gently at a sap-filled cloth.
There you go, little sprucey. It's gonna be okay.
Spruce Springsteen.
You hear from the wall of the Chayminster hold, boo! Okay, the night passes uneventfully. Dawn comes the next day. Each of you needs to make a Constitution saving throw, so please do that.
Oh!
Nailed it. Okay.
Okay. Lefty.
And Frecky,
Sorry, what was I supposed to cast?
a
The
Constitution saving throw.
You just press
okay.
the little heart on the Constitution line.
I was too busy glooming.
Okay, cool. All of you are fine. You all,
Yeah.
even though it was a little bit of a stretch for you all to stay up, and you're operating on less sleep, it's not affecting you seriously. So, dawn has come. Your horses are fine. Everything's fine. What's the plan now? You're going to head along the road to the Scrivener's Tower?
Sounds good. So remind me, what was the book name we were looking for? Nightmare and the Moon or some such?
The Book of Night with Moon.
Night with Moon. Okay.
Mhm.
We should probably hold our cards close to each other, close to ourselves, and not mention that specific name to them.
Right. Just like we're looking for lots of other books, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
We'll
you.
take the tour and see if they have the book, and then we'll see if we can. We'll see how much they usually charge for books.
When you, I'm sorry, what did you say about cards?
Well, you see, it's a common card playing technique to make sure not to show your hand to your opponents. So you want to make sure to keep your cards close to yourself.
So we
Sorry,
don't.
he doesn't understand he doesn't understand analogy, so well. Kellen, he just means to not tell them what kind of book we're looking for. Because if we
of
don't
course.
tell them, then, they'll just be like, oh, you're just casual. No big deal, right?
Yes.
But if we tell them what we want and they're all crooked, then...
No, I understand. Yes, I understand. Okay.
Nice. Okay,
Something
yeah.
new.
Your travel goes uneventful. It takes you about half the day. Around noon, you arrive to the walled settlement. It's got wooden palisades built all around it, called Pariator. And there's a gate, and there's a man standing at the gate, but the gate is open, and he looks very relaxed. He's wearing a set of chainmail. He's got a sword at his belt. He waves to you as you arrive. Hail, well met, travelers.
Hail!
Hail.
What's up?
We've come to take the tour.
Through?
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with that turn of phrase. Your tour, taking the tour? What? Sorry?
Oh, we want to visit the tower of the Scriveners.
Oh, yes. No, I see. You're gonna be needing a ticket then.
That's correct.
Well, I can make one up for you. It's 50 gold pieces.
Pay the man, Donald.
Oh, good.
He didn't know what a tour was, so
You're
I?
well. Are you? No, there's no tour. Sorry. There's merely the Tower of 117 Fires. They don't offer
yes.
tours.
Okay. So okay, sure.
Very well, very well. My name is Gary. Please come with me over into the barracks here. He leads
Right.
you through the gates and around to a little gatehouse nearby, and he heads inside. He says, so what brings you to Pariator? Well, rather, what brings you to the tower?
We are interested in all sorts of literary things, and looks like that tower has
History.
plenty from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if it's
Bullshit.
information you want, if it's cool shit you're looking for, yeah, the Scrivener's Tower is the right place. Though having a topic of research is often more useful when heading there. The Scriveners are a secretive lot. Anyway, and he takes out a set of pens and inks, and he scrawls a very intricate colored ticket. And he finishes off, and he stamps it with a wax seal. And he turns to you all and says, all right, that'll be 50 gold pieces, please.
Kind of poke Frecky. I paid for the last one, Frecky. This one's yours.
You fool. We only had so many riches in the first place because of me. Like wave him off with his cloak.
So,
I
one of
stare
you is
at,
gonna pay me, right? This is,
I stare at
Donald.
Bardrick. Stare
No.
at Kellen.
Sorry. Tapped out.
Well,
All right.
that's okay. I can
I'm
use it.
sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Yes, of course I will give you the 50 gold.
Good.
Of course I will.
Young lad. I'm glad. Why don't we take this moment while we're making this transaction to restart our Skype call? So we'll be back in 30 seconds. That was a totally normal and regular thing.
We meant to do that.
Yes, very
Yeah.
pro. Okay. God, Skype. Okay. What the hell
Do
are
we
we
know
doing?
how much? Do we know how much gold like other people have? Because I have 50 gold, and I know other members definitely have more than 50 gold.
I know Trump has 500.
I have less
he's
than
got a
that
lot.
because I bought a potion. You have more than
True.
that
Oh, yeah.
because you have those, just from the last adventure, you had some monies.
Me?
Yes, the art pieces.
I bought.
Oh,
Yeah,
she hasn't
they're
sold them
on-
yet.
Yeah, I haven't sold them.
Yeah. They're
I
still
bought a
art
potion
pieces. They're not
too.
gold pieces.
I have some stones from a long time ago, but I don't really want to sell them. I don't think I could even sell them right now.
I subtracted the 50. We're good to go.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Very good. Yes. Well, good luck. It's just down the center street. You can follow it straight to the tower. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
He heads out and he goes and stands back at his post.
And I'll take the wax sealed whatever ticket thing.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Okay. So you're heading straight to the tower then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you make it up to the tower, and it's this massive black tower, stretching up into the sky. It looks like it has hundreds of stories.
Wow.
And when you get to the base of it, there's these large promenade steps that lead up to a large black door.
Okay.
Is there a place to
there-
tie off our horses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do we see any people around?
Oh yeah, no, it's a popular town. It's a small but bustling town. There's people out, doing washing or trading, turnips and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I hop off and I immediately go up to the front of the tower and look around, see if there's I don't know, any, I guess, eyes watching us if we start going in.
Give me a perception test.
Is everybody walking around the beak people?
No, you don't see any of them.
Okay. So they're in a special place. Okay.
Yeah, so you don't see anybody watching you, Bardrick.
Okay. Okay. Seems good. Come on,
Let's
guys.
go right on in.
Okay. You push open the door?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's a woman inside sitting at a small desk in a small room. This room's 10 feet by 10 feet. And she looks up when you come in. She's writing something in a book. She says, yes, are you here to see the Scriveners?
Indeed, we are. And I have my.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'll need your names, please. You are?
I am Kellen Wildlight.
Kellen.
The Undying.
The Undying.
You don't have to put that. It's okay.
Interesting.
It's
No,
okay.
no, no.
It's
Fine.
too late, actually. I have already put it. Kellen Wildlight. And you are, young miss?
Bardrick Bardison.
Bardrick
The one and only.
Bardison. And you, with fur?
Me.
She's looking at you, Frecky.
No.
I'm just looking back at her.
I need your name.
Frecky.
Her name is
Frecky. Good. And sir, yes, you?
Eric Donaldson.
Eric Donaldson. Excellent. Well, yes, I'll inform them that you're ready. Wait here for just one moment. And she stands up. She leaves her pen and her book open on the table here, and she goes through a door in the back of the room. You hear the door click closed, and then 2 or 3 minutes later, she comes back out. She says, right this way, and she beckons you forward. You go with her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she leads you into another small room. It's cramped. The ceiling is quite low. It's very, very dark. There's a single oil lamp on a table in the center of the room. There's a single sheet of paper on the opposite side of the table with an oil well and a pen stuck in it on that side of the table. She says, someone will be right with you. And she goes back out to the front and closes the door behind her. And as soon as she closes the door, you can hear that like almost all of the sounds in this place just immediately muffle. Everything just sounds like, as soon as sound leaves your mouth or whatever is making it, it just dampens and dies out immediately.
Ooh. So I take this opportunity to go like lean over to Donald and I'm like, I whisper really quietly. I'm like, what was that? Who's Eric?
Why? I whisper back. Why'd you give your real name? We had that talk about holding our cards close.
I didn't think a name was a card. I thought that the book was the card.
All things are cards. You will come to learn this in time.
Huh. Okay.
Just as you're saying,
and Bart doesn't really get it and like takes a step back and is like, huh.
just as you're saying, the door at the far end of the long room opens and a man walks in. And he's wearing a long black robe that goes all the way to the ground. He's probably 7 feet tall. And he has a white stole that's hanging around his neck. So like on each side of his chest, there's that white stripe. His face is entirely featureless. There's no eyes, there's no ears, there's no mouth, but there is this very long proboscis-like beak that's hanging down. He steps in, and you all hear in your minds, as soon as he enters the room, shh. He holds up a hand. He closes the door behind him. Click, very quietly. And he comes over and he sits down at the table. And he picks up a pen from the inkwell and he writes on the page. And he slides the paper across the table to you. And it's written on it. It says, "What are you looking for?"
I take the pen. I'm going to write down books. Slide it back.
He sort of cocks his head. And he writes back again. Slides it back. It says, subject, question mark.
I'm watching you, Donald.
Kind of look at them. I shrug a bit. I'm look to be deep in thought.
In my head, I'm humming like, can you hear this? What about this? Does this work both ways?
I write down the night and I pass it back.
He looks at it, reads, seemingly. He has no eyes. He stands up, he nods, he holds up a single finger, and he turns and he leaves, closes the door behind him. And that's where we should end today's session.
Oh, you dick.
Oh, God.
So next time on the West Marches, we will find out what kind of topics he's going to bring you. Why don't we do some shout-outs?
Wow.
Let's start with Shannon.
Oh, hi, I am ShannonZKiller. That's Zed because I'm Canadian on Twitch. And I am the community manager of education. So I do lots of content on the help portal to make sure that you guys are informed and that you are always, bettered off. So you can follow me on Twitter at ShannonZKiller. And it's the same thing on Twitch. And that's about it. And I'll see you guys next time for figuring out what the hell's going on with this book. Because that's some shit. Also, special thanks to Zeke for being super awesome for our very emotional little moment that we had, and for being my D&D dad. That shit's awesome. So yeah.
Speaking of Zeke, why don't we throw it over to you, Zeke? Give us a shout out.
Yo, my name is Ezekiel III. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Same way, Ezekiel_I. Want to give a big thanks to Trump and Kaitlyn and Shannon and Steven and to a lesser degree, JP. Even though right when we needed him, he was not around to help us.
In our hour of need.
Yep. And look at it, he's changing the color of my face. Thanks, buddy. I'm a variety broadcaster starting at noon Pacific most days. Going to be gone this week because I will be leaving Monday to go to Disney World to do an Extra Life for Kids charity tournament thing. So.
Oh my God, Disney World!
Yeah. Okay. That's all I got. I might be casting later today. I haven't decided yet. Thanks. That's it.
Nice. Kaitlyn, do some shout outs for us.
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn. This is sometimes what my voice sounds like. Sometimes it sounds better. But I play StarCraft high level. Although I've been playing like a lot of other games recently. I might stream XCOM 2 in a bit. I tried the tutorial yesterday, so I might actually stream it today. And that's just at twitch.tv/Kaitlyn. Wait, my webcam slipped. Yes. And then you can follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm streaming and all that good stuff. And anyways, thanks everyone.
Awesome. Trump, give us some shout outs.
Well, as usual, a pleasure playing with all of you to continue the love. It is the weekend of the Hearthstone Championship Tour, so go check out that fine production. It's over at Play Hearthstone. And I also play Hearthstone, incidentally.
Awesome.
That's it.
Good shout outs.
I'm sorry.
Cool. So let's see. I will give you guys some experience points. Dude. Wow, not a lot today, but that's okay because you're gonna get
Big
more
money
soon.
is coming up.
Exactly. So let's see. 175 divided by 4 equals each of you gains 45 experience points.
Oh my God, that is pitiful.
And I'm being generous. So
You rounded up.
there's a Q&A that I've put on the reddit.com/r/itmeJP subreddit. I'm dropping those links in chat now. Thank you to you four for playing. I can't wait until we go a little bit further. And I think some members of chat also can't wait until we go a little bit further.
What does that mean?
I can't wait to continue because I've been doing preps on my own stream. So some people know what's coming up or some of the things that could be coming up. Yeah, I stream sometimes as well. I'm going to be playing Firewatch this Sunday morning, Eastern Standard Time. JP's playing with my awesome face. It's super great. That's about it. Ask me your questions and follow me on Twitter. And we'll see you next time for more awesome West Marches. So that's it. We love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night. Thanks to JP. Go buy the shirt.